Hi everyone, my name is Cheryl Nussbaum-Beach, and I wish I was there with you today, but as you can see from my surroundings around me, I'm stuck in a hotel in Cresco, Iowa. And what I'm doing here is I'm with the Office of Educational Technology, United States Department of Education, looking at future-ready leadership. We're actually on a whirlwind tour looking at 9 different districts across the United States. You probably have just gotten to hear a little bit about why I think what a connected educator is and why I think it's important to be one. And what I thought I would do is take just a few minutes of your time to sort of build some information around that and some of the steps to becoming a connected educator. So with that, I'm going to turn off the video and let you just be able to concentrate on the slides, and then I'll turn it back over to Jill and Manny to be able to take you through the rest of this. Again, I hope you're having a great conference, and I wish I could be there with you. So let's talk about what it means to be a connected educator and how you become one. I like to kind of put it into 8 steps, and so I thought we would start there. This slide, as you can see, says 8 steps to do-it-yourself professional development, and that's what being a connected educator is. It's self-directed learning. It's thinking about how can I connect not only to content, but to individuals. How can I get deep, meaningful, engaged kinds of learning experiences and use and leverage technology in order to do that. So let's look just for a moment at these 8 steps. The first step to becoming a connected educator is to become a learner first and an educator second. It's we always talk about wanting our students to be lifelong learners and to be able to think about learning far beyond just the subject matter at hand. But sometimes as teachers, we resist or don't have time to actually be reflective learners, ones who really see ourselves as a co-learner with our students, a co-creator of content. And so this posture of being a learner first and an educator second really requires letting go of control, being able to learn from our students through reverse mentorship, understanding that it's going to be a little bit messy as we do this, as we're co-learning with our students. It also means that you're going to actually think about how to unlearn and relearn things as the very nature of learning is changing. The second step to becoming a connected educator is that we need to give ourselves permission to participate in courageous wonderment. You know, wonder is both a sense of awe and it's also a sense of contemplation. Wonder begins with curiosity, and often we're so busy doing the work that we don't really have time to just play with ideas and experiment and to look at things a little bit differently than we normally do. So connected educators really understand not only how to be a learner first, to be inquisitive, to be curious, but they also allow themselves to just wonder about something and to look at it in ways that we haven't seen it before. The third step in becoming a connected educator is really preparing a path. As you're thinking about this, and I know Jill and Manny are going to give you a lot of really great steps, but as you're thinking about what is it I'm going to do, who is it I'm going to connect with, what tools am I going to use, you also want to ask yourself questions like, why am I planning to do this? What are you going to get out of this? Are you hoping to connect with other authors and to begin dialogue there? Or maybe you're going to connect around your very most passionate areas of interest. Maybe you just want to connect with other teachers in your grade level to share resources and share ideas. Maybe you're going to connect with people in your same school, but just outside your classroom. Other questions to ask are like, how will I initiate this change? Am I going to use a lot of different tools? Am I just going to use a couple? Am I going to take baby steps and maybe get on Twitter first and then move out from there? So the third step to becoming a connected educator is really preparing the path. The fourth step, and this is a really important one because it has to do with the aspect of connection, is creating a personal learning network. Now, a personal learning network has to do with not only my pedagogical goals, my professional goals, but it also has to do with things that I'm interested in learning in. A personal learning network will allow you to move beyond just the people in your building to connecting with learning objects, connecting like a Twitter feed or a collection of photos on Flickr, or maybe learning from different individuals that you respect what they have to say, or maybe even following other people that your friends online trust. So a personal learning network is really thinking deeply about who is it that I want to follow and why. The advantage of having a personal learning network is that it's open 24 hours. If you have a question or you're doing research, you can put it out there on your blog or on Twitter, on LinkedIn, something like that. And within a short amount of time, people will turn around and answer your question and share resources. I know I used to tease that because I was connected globally, that I had my network working for me even when I was in bed, because my friends, the people that I was learning from and connected with in Australia, would be up thinking about my problem. So if I threw out there, hey guys, tomorrow I'm going to be teaching on this and I really could use some resources, who's got something, I might wake up to see quite a few things in my inbox. The other great thing about personal learning networks is they're responsive. You get the answers you need when you need them, and you're able to get a variety, a great diverse collection of responses to what it is you need. A great way to do that is maybe you want to attend a Twitter chat, a hashtag chat on Twitter, and that's where a group of people use a common hashtag. You get on at a certain time and you discuss a certain topic. So it's responsive to your needs. It's also very personalized. It's really about what you want to learn. Often in classrooms and online communities and our professional learning communities that we have within our schools, somebody else is sort of driving the agenda. And when you're developing your personal learning network, you're not only picking who you're going to learn from, but you're also picking what you're going to learn. The fifth step in developing an online network and becoming a connected educator is understanding, how do I leverage collective intelligence building? There's really this three-pronged approach. There's the personal learning network we were just discussing, and that's where you're going to go out globally. You're going to find people that know something about what you're interested in. I'm going to go harvest great ideas, but then I need to do something with those ideas. And a great thing to do with them is to bring them back to a community of practice. Community of practice is usually walled garden space. It's not Googleable. It's a group of people that have come together in a certain online space, and we're learning together. We've made a commitment to each other, a community to learn together over time. And then, of course, there's also that professional learning community that happens face-to-face in our schools. And connected educators understand how to leverage all three aspects of this kind of learning to develop their own collective intelligence building. So that's the fifth step. So this is a good illustration that shows you the difference between networks and communities. So if I'm building my personal learning network, I'm at the center of that. It's all about me. And you can see I'm reaching out to individuals who are then reciprocating with information back to me. But in an online community, just as important, it's all about we. And we've all made a commitment and are learning to each other back and forth. So it's more of a collective kind of, none of us is as good as all of us sort of perspective, where the network, I'm really controlling what it is I learn and how I learn that. The sixth great aspect of being a connected educator is the willingness to share transparently. Getting online and making your learning transparent is actually a way of teaching. It's one thing to lurk or to hang out and to kind of get information from other people, but it's when you start to come back and share what you've learned, what worked, what didn't work, what you tried, that it really is you're going to get the most benefit. Not only are other people learning from you seamlessly, but then they're going to be willing to share their learning with you as well. The seventh piece of being a connected educator is this acting collectively. So there's all kinds of ways that we can do that. One of the things that's been very beneficial to me is to find 3 or 4 people that I really trust that I use as critical friends. And in online spaces, sometimes the diversity or the globalness of that gives me great varieties of perspectives. So there's lots of different ways that you can act collectively. Book study groups is a great thing to do online. Completing action research with teams of educators living in other places where you're working on a common thing that's going on in your classrooms. Maybe how you can use devices to help students to learn more deeply in the area of literacy. And then together you work on that research and you compare case studies with the two groups of students, your class and whoever you're working with class. So it's acting collectively can include lots of different things, but it's connecting and learning together with other people. It's co-created content. That is what connected educators do. And finally, connected educators don't give up. When they come up with a problem, when they have something they're trying to learn, if they want to understand how to work a tool, they understand how to find people online, how to connect with people online, and how to get that information from a broad group of people so that the world literally becomes your mentors, and that every day, as Tennyson says, we're a part of all that we've met. And because of that, we're able to learn much more deeply and have immediacy of information, as well as learning in a very diverse way, which pushes our thinking, because we have so many different opinions from people living in so many different places. Also, when you're connected in this way, it allows you to have great vetted classrooms that your students can work with so they can begin to build their own personal learning networks. See, the real question here that I want to push you guys with as you're thinking about how do I want to be a connected educator? What do I want to get out of it? What are my goals? How am I going to go about it? Is, are you willing to risk change? Because, this is different. This way of learning with each other and building the network very intentionally, thinking about who you want to learn from and why, and then transparently sharing what you're learning is messy. And it's change. And it's not just a little change with a little c, it's change with a big hairy C. And so it's going to require some tolerance for ambiguity. But you know what? The one thing that I've noticed is that while change is hard, connected educators and connected learners are more effective change agents because you don't have to go it alone. We've always got someone that can do it with us. And I want to thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to come to you via video. Have a great conference.